Here is your Radio Theater Channel weekly podcast for download. The RTC still has the very best old-time radio on the live streaming. And if it's music you love, tune in to the RTC Music Channel, where this link and many others are on our website at oldtimeradiolisten.com. Now, here's Jim.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the RTC Weekly Download. I'm your host, Jim Dolan. Today we have detectives for you. First off, it's the ultimate detective, Sherlock Holmes, and an episode called The Priory School. This is from 1962. In 30 minutes, we'll have the new adventures of NERO WOLF from 1950. That's the careworn cuff. Now, Sherlock Holmes.
Over here. I found him.
Oh, well done, Watson.
Yes, there's been an accident.
What?
Here he is. Look.
But this is no accident, Watson.
It would take a terrible blow to crush a man's skull like this.
The poor fellow's been brutally murdered.
My medical training had given me some preparation for the many faces of death. And on several investigations with my friend Sherlock Holmes, I had reason to be grateful. My name is Watson, Dr. Watson, so often privileged to share the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. I will tell you what happened in the case of the Priory School. We had some dramatic entrances and exits upon our small stage at 221B Baker Street, Sherlock Holmes and I, but I can't recollect any as sudden and startling as the first appearance of Dr. Thornycroft Huxtable, M.A., Ph.D., etc., etc. His card seemed too small to carry the weight of his academic distinctions, but he himself was large and pompous, the embodiment of high position and solidity. But this impression lasted little longer than his greeting.
How do you do, gentlemen? I am very... Oh, great heavens, Holmes.
Let's see. Well, the old remedy's the thing here.
Brandy and water again?
Great believer in it. Usually does the trick, you must admit.
Oh, I do.
Ah, he's beginning to stir.
Return ticket from Mackleton in his watch pocket. That's in the north. He must have started out early.
Really, Holmes? Coming round.
Only curiosity, Watson.
Mr. Holmes, do forgive this weakness.
Oh, it's nothing, Doctor. Here, let me help you into this chair.
Thank you. You are very kind.
Now then, there you are, sir.
Mr. Holmes, it's absolutely imperative that you come back to Mackleton with me by the next train.
Oh, I'm afraid that's quite out of the question.
Mr. Holmes, have you heard nothing of the abduction of the Duke of Holderness's son?
Holderness? The former cabinet minister?
Exactly so. The Duke of Holderness committed his only son, young Lord Salter, to my charge. Little did I know it was the prelude of the most crushing misfortune of my life.
Pray go on with your account, Dr. Huxtable.
Of course. Well, the boy arrived on May the 1st. A charming youth, but I venture to say far from happy at home. His parents separated, you know, not long before the boy came to me.
Yes, I remember that. The Duchess went to live in the south of France, didn't she?
That is so. The boy's sympathies were very much with her, I gather, but he had to remain with his father. Anyway, he settled down at the Priory at once.
That's good, then.
Yes. Well, he was found to be missing first thing last Tuesday morning. His bed had been slept in, and he'd obviously got dressed in his usual school suit. When the alarm was raised, I at once called the roll of the whole establishment, boys, masters, and servants. It revealed that Lord Salter hadn't disappeared alone.
No?
No. Heidegger, the German art master, was missing also. His bed had also been slept in, but he seemed to have gone away partly dressed. His shirt and socks were lying on the floor. His bicycle was missing from the shed.
Surely there's an official investigation afoot.
Yes, though only locally. It has proved completely disappointing so far.
The whole affair has been handled deplorably.
I quite agree, sir. But I am not to blame. I knew of your reputation and wanted to come here at once, but His Grace would not countenance it. Actually, Holderness Hall is quite close to the Priory School, and at first we all thought that the boy must have gone there. Some sudden burst of homesickness, you know. It does happen. But the Duke was as surprised as we were when he heard the news.
Had the boy a bicycle?
No.
Was any bicycle missing other than the German's?
No, none.
I see. Did anyone call to see the boy on the day before he disappeared?
No.
Did he get any letters?
Yes, he did get one letter from his father.
How'd you know it was from his father?
The coat of arms on the envelope and His Grace's handwriting, it is easily recognizable.
Had the boy ever had a letter from France?
From France? Why, no. I should have remembered that.
You said, though, that the boy's sympathies were with his mother. Who told you that?
I had a confidential talk with His Grace's secretary, Mr. James Wilder.
I see.
Mr. Holmes, I shall have to be leaving for Euston. I must get back to the school at a time like this, you understand.
We shall be leaving for Euston, Dr. Huxtable.
Ah, Captain.
You, I, and my friend Watson here. This case of the Priory School has some singular features, yet it should be capable of solution. If the scent isn't too cold around your door, Dr. Huxtable, perhaps two old hounds like Watson and myself may get a sniff.
Well, gentlemen, this is the Priory School. Roberts, these gentlemen's coats, if you please.
Very well, Dr. Huxtable, sir. Sir.
Yes?
The Duke is here, sir.
Oh.
His Grace is in the study, and Mr. Wilde is with him, sir. He seems rather upset.
Oh, dear me. I must see them without delay. Come, gentlemen, and I will introduce you at once.
Oh, yes.
Good evening, Your Grace.
Good evening, Huxtable.
May I introduce Mr. Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson?
Your Grace. How do you do?
And Mr. Wilder, His Grace's secretary.
How do you do?
Dr. Huxtable, I called on you this morning too late to prevent you from starting for London. His Grace was very surprised to learn that your object was to invite Mr. Holmes to undertake this case.
Oh, but surely, Mr.
You are
Wilder...
well aware, Dr. Huxtable, that His Grace is particularly anxious to avoid all public scandal. He prefers to take as few people as possible into his confidence.
Oh, Your Grace...
You have done wisely to consult me, Dr. Huxtable, but since Mr. Holmes has already been taken into your confidence, it would be absurd for us not to avail ourselves of his services.
I thank your Grace. May I ask whether you have formed any explanation as to your son's disappearance?
No, sir, I have not.
Forgive me for asking this, but do you think Her Grace had anything to do with it?
I do not think so.
The other most obvious explanation is that he's been kidnapped. Have you received any demand for ransom?
No, sir.
Your Grace, your son received a letter from you on the day this incident occurred. Was there anything in it which might have induced him to run away from here?
No, sir, there certainly was not.
Did you post that letter yourself?
I beg your pardon.
Mr. Holmes, His Grace is not in the habit of posting letters himself. This one was laid with others on the study table for me to put into the post bag.
I see. You remember seeing this particular letter, Mr. Wilder?
I do.
How many letters did your Grace write that day, may I ask?
Oh, 20 or 30, I suppose. I have a large correspondence, but surely all this is rather irrelevant.
Not entirely.
For my part, Mr. Holmes, I have advised the police to turn their attention to the side of France. The lad has the most wrong-headed opinions about some things, and it is possible he might have fled to my wife, and that this German has helped him. And now, gentlemen, good day to you all.
This case grows upon me, Watson.
Certainly mysterious, all right.
There are one or two geographical features I'd like to acquaint you with.
By all means.
I got hold of this large-scale ordnance map.
Mm-hmm.
Look here. This dark square, see?
Yes.
Is the Priory School.
I see, yes.
Here's the main road running east and west past it. Now, by a happy chance, we're able to check what passed along this road during the night in question.
Mm-hmm.
At this point to the east, where my pipe's lying, a constable was on duty from 12 to 6. He's positive the man and boy could not have passed without him seeing them.
Good. What about the other direction?
Down the road to the west, here is the Red Bull. Now, on that night, the landlady was ill. She sent to Mackleton for a doctor, but he was out on another case, and he didn't get to her until morning.
Mm-hmm.
The people at the inn were worried, and they swear that one or another of them was on the alert all night, continually looking along the road, waiting to see the doctor coming. They saw no man or boy.
Well, supposing they went across country. Oh, but what about the bicycle?
A good cyclist doesn't need a road, does he?
Well, no, he doesn't.
Very well. Then, assuming that the cycle was used and not along the road, this is the only possible direction. To the north, here, across this moorland. It's intersected with paths and sparsely populated. To the south, here, towards me, there are obstacles, stone walls, and so on. No, they would take to the moor.
Seems like it, Holmes.
So, it's the moor we must search.
Tomorrow, then.
Yes. I'll wake you early. We shall have a long day ahead of us. Hello, hello, hello. What have we here?
Have you found something, Holmes? Oh, I see. A perfect bicycle tarmac. Oh, but we don't know whether it's the bicycle, do we?
I am familiar with 42 different impressions left by tires. From what the other masters could tell me, this was the make of tire Heidegger had on his machine.
Splendid.
And the rider was traveling away from the priory school.
How did you tell that?
Simple. Just look at these impressions. Some are deeper than others in the soft ground. So obviously the deeper are those of the rear wheel with all the rider's weight on it. You can see several places where they pass over the shallower ones. So then let us follow and see what else we may find.
Over here. I found him. Heidegger.
Oh, well done, Watson.
Yes, there's been an accident.
What?
I just happened to spot the bicycle wheel glinting through these bushes. Here he is. Look.
But this is no accident, Watson. The poor fellow's been brutally murdered. The body and the bicycle concealed here.
Oh, there's no doubt that this is Heidegger.
Who else? He fits all the descriptions I've had.
It would take a terrible blow to crush a man's skull like this.
Now, he threw a coat on over his night things and put on his shoes, but not his socks. But the boy, we're told, was fully dressed when he disappeared.
Looks as though the German had to act quickly.
Exactly. And why? Because he looked out of his bedroom window and saw the boy leaving.
Oh, I see.
He threw on his things and set off after him. But why on a bicycle? Surely he could have caught him on foot. No, the boy was moving too quickly for him. Well, let us continue our reconstruction. Where we are now is some 5 miles from the school. At this point, the pursuer met his death. And how? By a great blow, hard enough and vicious enough to crush his skull. A 10-year-old boy couldn't have done that.
And the boy did have someone with him.
Almost certainly. But we're forgetting one thing, Watson.
What's that?
We've searched minutely round the body, and have we found the track of any other bicycle than this?
Well, now you come to mention it, we haven't.
Or any footprints?
No, not at all. Just cows' hoof marks all over the place. I thought we were getting on too well.
I say, look, there's a fellow cutting peat about half a mile back. We must send him off with a message to the police about this unfortunate German. Then there's nothing for us, I'm afraid, but to go on in the direction these cycle tracks were heading and see where it leads to, if anywhere.
I was never so glad to see an Eden ahead of me.
I'm inclined to agree with you, Watson. The fighting cock, from the look of its signboard.
I've had visions of a square mule ever since we left those cycle tracks. I say, Holmes, what's the matter? It's not very lame, oil.
I must have twisted my ankle, Watson. Loose stone just now.
Poor fellow.
Be all right in a minute or two, perhaps.
I'll take a look at that when we get indoors. Here, come on, take my arm.
Oh, thank you. Ah, this must be the landlord.
I hope his food looks more savory than we does.
Good day, Mr. Reuben Hayes. I suppose you haven't such a thing as a carriage in your stable?
No, I have not. But how to get my name so pat?
It's printed on the board above your head.
Ah.
Oh, by the by, I twisted my ankle just up the road there. I can hardly put my foot to the ground.
Don't put it to ground, then.
But I can't walk.
Well, then, hop.
I could just manage a bicycle with one foot, I think. I pay a sovereign to house.
Ah? Where do you want to go?
To Holderness Hall.
Oh? Are you pals of the Duke, then?
Well, we have news of his son for him.
You're looking for the lad, are you?
We were, but he's been seen.
Where?
In Liverpool. They expect to get him any time now.
Oh, well, that's good news then, isn't it?
Now, surely you can help my friend in some way. He can't walk on like this.
I happen I can.
You got a bicycle for him?
No, haven't got no bicycle. See, I tell you what, though. I'll let you have 2 horses to take you as far as the Hall. It's only a couple of miles.
Capital. And now I think we'll have something to eat, if you'll be so kind.
Right, gents. First door on the left as you go in. I'll just go and see what I can find for thee.
Thank you. Now, come on, Holmes. Lean on me as heavily as you like.
Thank you.
Well, here we are.
Good. And thank you for your comfort and aid, Watson. See, my ankle is better already for your sympathy.
Oh, Holmes, what game are you up to now? I could have sworn there was a very nasty strain.
Well, I thought if our landlord had a bicycle, I should like to have a look at it.
All he seems to have is a couple of horses.
Watson.
What?
Cows, Watson.
Cows?
Did you see any on the moor?
No, I didn't.
Nor did I.
Well, then.
But there were hoof marks all over the place where Heidegger was killed.
That's right. I thought at the time, funny place to have cows milling around, but you never know. There were cow hoof marks, weren't there?
Oh, yes. Quickly, Watson, before he comes back. We must nip round to his stables and see what we can see.
The stable. Righto. Now, don't forget about the limp, though, Holmes.
The noble steeds he's going to harvest.
Shaggy looking brute.
Let's have a look at his hoof. See, Watson?
See what?
Old shoes, but new nails. Watson, this case deserves to become a classic.
All right. Look out, Holmes. Look out. Landlord's coming. Hey, you! You infernal spy! What are you doing there?
Why, Mr. Reuben Hayes, one might think that you were afraid of our finding something out.
Now, look here, mister. I don't care for folk poking about my place without leave. The sooner you pay your score and get on your way, the better I'll be pleased. Now, look here.
All right, Mr. Hayes. No harm, then. We've been having a look at your horses, but I think I'll try to walk after all. It's not far, I believe. Watson, we were getting warm at that inn, as the children say. We get colder every step we take away from it. Mm-hmm. No, I can't possibly leave it. I must take another look at the place in a less obtrusive way.
All right.
Up on this bench will do, I think. That's better. Hello?
What have you seen?
There's a fellow on a bicycle coming from the direction of the hall.
Yes, he's moving, Joe.
Get down behind this bramble. Quick.
Go.
Ow. Let's see who it is. Duke's secretary, Wilder. So it is. Come, Watson. Let's see what he's up to, bicycling about the countryside.
We shan't see anything at all, soon. It's getting dark.
Oh, I hadn't noticed. They've just lit the lamp in that first-floor room. I think we'll hold on here until it's dark enough to go down and take a really close look.
I can't understand all these arrivals and departures. First Wilder on his bicycle, and then a pony trap rushes off towards Chesterfield. Then another gallops up here to the inn.
Watson, I want to take a peek through that first floor window. Do you think you could make a bag for me?
I do. Right, up you go.
Right. Steady. Just a minute.
Well, Holmes.
Come along, Watson. I think we've gathered all that we can tonight. I must telegraph to Chesterfield, and tomorrow morning I think we'll pay a visit to Holderness Hall. Good morning, Mr. Wilder. Dr. Watson and I have come to see His Grace.
I'm sorry, Mr. Holmes. His Grace is far from well. He has been very much upset by the tragic news yesterday about Heidegger. Dr. Huxtable telegraphed at once.
I understand, but I must see the Duke, Mr. Wilder.
Well, Mr. Holmes, what can I do for you?
Your Grace, I think I could speak more freely in Mr. Wilder's absence.
Oh? Very well. Then he had better go. As your Grace wishes. Now, Mr. Holmes.
Your Grace, your son is at the Fighting Cock Inn, about 2 miles from your park gates.
The Fighting Cock?
Yes.
And whom do you accuse?
I accuse you, Your Grace. I looked through a window there last night and saw you and your son together.
Yes. Mr. Holmes, I offered a substantial reward to the person whose information should restore my son to me. If this need go no further than your friend here and yourself, I am ready to write a check for double the sum.
There is a man's death to be accounted for.
Surely a man cannot be condemned for a murder at which he was not present. He's horrified to hear of it.
I take it your words apply to Mr. James Wilder.
Yes, yes.
And that he is not the murderer.
No, the murderer has got clear by now.
Mr. Reuben Hayes, landlord of the Fighting Cock, was arrested at Chesterfield on my information at 11 o'clock last night.
Hayes caught? Well, I'm very glad to know it, sir. And now we must give our attention to what can be done to extricate my son from this situation.
Oh, Lord Saltire is perfectly safe now.
I mean my son James.
James?
James Wilder.
Your secretary?
No, sir, my son.
Oh, Your Grace, I didn't...
Your Grace, I must ask you to be more explicit.
Mr. Holmes, I will conceal nothing from you. When I was young, I loved with such a love as comes only once in a lifetime. I offered the lady marriage, but she refused it because such a match might ruin my career. She died, leaving me with this child, James.
I see.
I couldn't openly acknowledge his relationship to me, so I tried to make it up to him by giving him the best of educations and keeping him as close to me as I could. Yes, but he found out my secret. Ever since, he's held over me his power to provoke a scandal at any time.
Huh.
He was also inordinately jealous of my legitimate son and heir. Indeed, he hates him. That is why I sent Arthur, Lord Saltire, to what I thought was the safety of Dr. Huxtable's priory school.
Your Grace, I think I can continue the story now. Will you permit me?
Why, of course, if you can.
You wrote to Lord Saltire the day before he was kidnapped. But James Wilder inserted into your letter a note asking the boy to meet him behind the school late that night. He probably said he had a message from the Duchess for him.
How can you know this?
I assume it. In detail, it may not be quite precise. In general, I'm sure it is.
Pray go on then, Mr. Holmes.
Lord Saltire came to the appointment and found the accomplice, Reuben Hayes, there with a pony. He was forced to mount, and they went off across the moor. It appears, however, that the German master Heidegger saw the boy leave and followed him on his bicycle. When he caught up with them, Hayes killed him brutally. Hayes then took your son onto his inn, where the boy has been a prisoner ever since.
Well, I don't know how you arrive at all that about the pony and the bicycle and so on.
Oh, the whole story was written plainly on the surface of the moor for us to read, wasn't it, Watson?
Well, there were marks and tracks of one kind and another, but I'm hanged if I can see how they all come into it. Those cows, for instance.
Cows?
Cows? Watson?
Well, yes, Holmes, you remember the marks of their hoofs all around where we found the body.
Cows on the moor? Well, you can take it from me, Mr. Holmes. No cows are on that moor, nor ever have been, to my knowledge.
I quite agree. Your Grace, may I ask you to finish the narrative for us?
Very well. James was quite unnerved by the death of the German master. He told me where Arthur was held, but begged me to keep his secret until he could find a way of, well, clearing everything up.
You agree?
On condition that I should be able to go and see Arthur for myself after nightfall. James at once rode off on his bicycle to tell Hayes.
Ah, yes. Dr. Watson and I saw him at the inn. Hayes lost no time in making off in his trap.
I went there some time afterwards, and I gather you saw me with my son.
Just so.
Well, Mr. Holmes, I've told you all I can. I've been frank with you. Please be as frank with me.
I will. In the first place, Your Grace, I'm bound to tell you that you've condoned a felony and aided the escape of a murderer.
I'm ready to take all the consequences.
Oh, I'm not here in an official position. And there's no reason, so long as the ends of justice are served, why I should disclose all I know. Hayes will be hanged, never doubt that. As for your son James, I would warn Your Grace that his continued presence in your household can only lead to misfortune.
I understand that, Mr. Holmes, and it is already settled that he shall seek his fortune in Australia.
Then my friend Watson and I can congratulate ourselves upon several happy results from our little visit to the north.
Yes, indeed, Holmes.
Mr. Holmes, here is your check.
Thank you, Your Grace.
But before you go, what was all that about cows on the moor?
Yes, Holmes, I want to know that, too. The answer is behind you, sir.
I'm afraid I don't quite follow.
This glass case. And the most interesting of all the exhibits inside.
Oh, those. Yes, of course. Yes, they were dug up in the bed of the moat some years ago.
What are they, Your Grace?
Oh, they're supposed to have been used by some of the marauding barons of Holderness in the Middle Ages. They attached them to the horses' hooves. You see, they're shaped below with a cloven foot of iron, so the horses' tracks would look like cows and throw pursuers off the scent.
I suggest, Your Grace, you examine them closely. I fancy you'll find a few traces of very recent mud if you run your finger along them. Yes, it's the second most interesting object that I've seen in the north.
Oh, and the first?
This check you gave me. You see, I am a poor man.
Your Grace.
The Priory School was one of the stories of Sherlock Holmes, written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. My real name is Norman Shelley. My friend Carlton Hobbs played Sherlock Holmes, and I was Dr. Watson. Michael Hardwick wrote the script for this BBC production from London. Need I say, I look forward to the pleasure of your company again, and soon, for more of the adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
Before we hear from Nero Wolf, let's first hear from Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy and Mortimer Snerd.
Well, Mortimer Snerd. That's the way it goes. Yeah. You look a little worried. I'm kind of down in the dumplings. Oh, you are? Well, what's troubling you?
Well, I got to memorize a poem for school.
Oh, I see, a poem.
Well, it's a toughie, too.
Oh, I see. And you have to learn it by heart?
No. By tomorrow.
By tomorrow, I see. Well, let's see what it is.
Right here.
Oh, I see. Sing a song of sixpence.
Yeah, that's the way.
Why, Mortimer, a child of 5 could learn this.
Yeah. Maybe that's the trouble. Huh? No. I'm too old to learn it.
No. I'll be glad to help you memorize it.
Well, fine. You learn the first 2 lines, and I'll learn the last 2.
No. Now, let's try it.
Okay.
Now, you must give me your attention.
Okay, help yourself.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Well,
sing a song of sixpence.
Please,
sing a song of sixpence,
a snoot full of rye?
No. A pocket full of rye?
Yeah.
You know what rye is, don't you?
Well, you're sure. That's what a body meets a body coming through.
No. Now, what comes after the first line?
After the first line?
Yeah, what is it?
Let's see, after the first line. The second line?
Yes, I know. Yeah. It's 4 and 20 what?
I give up.
No, really. You didn't even try.
No, I know, but I saved a lot of time that way.
Yeah. 4 and 20 blackbirds baked in a pie.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You'll know my favorite is gooseberry pie.
Yeah. No, that has nothing to do with it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. And when the pie was open,
a little dog laughed to see such a mess.
No.
Don't you snort, Alex.
All right. Now, back to the rhyme. When the pie was open, the birds began to do what?
Lay eggs?
No. When the pie was open, the birds began to sing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know what I think?
What?
I don't think that pie was cooked enough.
No, I don't. Carter, you're impossible. How can you be so stupid?
No, it's easy as pie. Yeah. It's an old family recipe.
I
Stay
imagine so.
tuned for Nero Wolf. Saturday night chimes on NBC mean a full hour of fun with Dennis Day and Judy Canova. Dennis always appears perplexed and bewildered. But one thing that doesn't perplex him is how to make a popular ballad come to life in his thrilling tenor voice. And there's music also on the Judy Canova Show, plus comedy in the mischievous Canova manner. That's Judy Canova and Dennis Day, tomorrow night over most NBC stations.
My boss is the smartest and the stubbornest, the fattest and the laziest, the cleverest and the craziest, the most extravagant detective in the world. Nero Wolf.
It's the transcribed adventure of The Case of the Careworn Cuff, with that brilliant, eccentric private detective, orchid fancier, and gargantuan gourmet, Nero Wolf, starring Sidney Greenstreet. The place is Nero Wolf's office. At the moment, the world's greatest motionless detective is sitting in the chair which was built especially to support his 300 pounds. His eyes are closed, and he's making sounds through his nose.
Archie. Archie. Archie!
Yes, Mr. Wolf, what is it?
The phone, if you please, Mr. Goodwin.
But it's on your desk, only 8 3/4 inches from your left elbow. All you have to do is lean forward.
Found it, Archie? What do you think I am, an athlete?
Hello. No, wrong number, mister. I'm sorry, Mr. Wolf, if that old phone awakened you.
Wrong number, and I was not asleep. I was merely concentrating.
On what? We're out of work. There's nothing to concentrate on.
May have escaped your errant attention, Archie. But there are other subjects for thought besides murder.
Sure, blondes.
And blonde.
You're right at that, brunettes.
Phooey.
That's not a nice thing to say about any girl, even if she does happen to be a brunette.
Archie.
Yes, sir?
Go away. You annoy me.
Suppose I did. Who'd get you beer for you?
Fritz.
Tonight happens to be Fritz's night off. However, you can always get your beer for yourself.
Don't be an idiot.
There are exactly 23 steps between here and the kitchen.
As you very well know, I abominate strenuous physical activity.
23 steps times 2 is 46. You could walk very slow.
Nonsense. Now that you mention it, I happen to be mildly thirsty, Archie. Would you...
Now that I mention it, you'd better let the beer go for tonight.
Why?
Our stock is running low.
You being careless?
I've been careful, because something else is also running low.
What?
Money?
Fiddlesticks, there's plenty in the bank.
Sure, but very little of it is yours. Mr. Wolf, do you remember that batch of orchids you bought last week?
Course I do. Magnificent and very rare specimen.
I got a magnificent bill for him this morning, too.
It was large?
It was large.
Confound it, Archie. I shall have to do some work.
You turned down half a dozen cases in the last few weeks.
One of them may still require me.
Most of them hired other detectives. However, there is a Mr. Wenceslas who might still be in need.
His problem is what?
As I remember, he's being followed by midgets. He wanted you to do something about it. Not that he minded the midgets so much. It was the elephants they were riding.
The man needs a psychiatrist, not a detective. Anyone else?
I can check my files, but I don't think... Aha! Saved by the bell.
Another cliche like that, and I shall...
Answer the phone yourself?
Assassinate. You see what it is.
Okay. Hello? Yes, Mr. Wolf is in. Yes, he'll be in. He always is. What? But... That was a Mr. Charles Porter. He was in a hurry. He's on his way over right now. Should be here in 10 minutes.
Prospective client, I trust?
$1,000 worth of prospective client.
Splendid, Archie, my beer.
Okay, but, look, I'm not sure you're going to accept his offer.
Indeed? What does he want me to do for his paltry fee?
That's the point. If I heard him right, he wants you to do nothing.
The door, Archie.
Yes, sir. I hear it. Mr. Porter?
Naturally, I'm Charles Porter. Who else would I be?
It's a large field. Never mind. Come on in. I'm Archie Goodwin.
Where is Wolf?
Mr. Wolf is in here. Mr. Wolf, this is Mr. Porter.
Good evening.
Fat, aren't you?
It's moderately noticeable. Archie, a chair for Mr. Porter.
Don't bother. I'm too impatient to sit. When I have business to take care of, I take care of it quickly.
Very well.
Send him out of the room.
Mr. Goodwin, nonsense. He's my assistant. He remains.
I don't like it.
Archie, show Mr. Porter out.
Now, wait. There's no need to get temperamental. Perhaps I'm a little abrupt.
Rude.
I'm a worried man.
And impatient. You're wasting time, Mr. Porter.
I suppose I am. The reason I came to you... Young man, what are you doing with that notebook?
Getting ready to make marks in it.
But... Oh, never mind. Mr. Wolf, you have a client named Dorothy Spencer.
Have I?
There's no need to be coy about it. I happen to know.
Then you know.
I want you to drop her.
Drop her?
Refuse to handle her case. Close the books on her. You know what I mean.
Why should I?
The girl has no money. I have.
That doesn't answer my question.
Perhaps this will.
Appear to be a small package of dollar bills.
It happens to be $1,000.
Archie, will you?
I will. It is $1,000.
Thank you. Mr. Porter.
Yes?
You're paying me $1,000 in order that I refuse to act for Miss Spencer. Nothing more.
That's right.
What does she suspect you of?
I said nothing about... Well, that is... You must know that as well as I do.
Possibly, and nevertheless, what does she suspect you of?
Of being a blackmailer.
Whereas your occupation really is?
I'm a musician. Pianist. I'm appearing nightly at the Windsor Hotel.
Archie, have you made out a receipt for Mr. Porter?
Yep.
Give it to him and show him to the door.
Okay. Mr. Porter?
Mr. Wolf, I want your assurance that the entire affair is definitely finished.
My association with Miss Spencer, you mean? You have my assurance that it is. You will forgive a classical illusion. The Cabo.
Thank you. Good night.
Mr. Wolf, I have a secret about Mr. Porter. He smells.
Some perfume or other. More important, his right coat cuff is more worn than his left cuff. And a carver happens to be a musical term, meaning start again from the beginning.
Oh? Porter thought it meant finished.
Therefore, Mr. Porter is a liar. His ignorance of common musical term indicates that he's not a musician. The worn right coat cuff, that he is an office worker.
That's kind of leaping to a deduction. But even if Porter's a liar, Mr. Wolf, there is something else. He paid you $1,000 to drop a client named Dorothy Spencer. Mr. Wolf, you never had a client with that name. Well, that's that. Dorothy Spencer is not in. Anyway, she's not answering her phone. Mr. Wolf, I said...
I know what you said.
That a comment?
I'm worried. Mr. Porter may have assumed erroneously that Dorothy Spencer had employed or was intending to employ me. That does not explain why he lied about his occupation.
Maybe he didn't lie. After all, your deductions could be wrong.
Phooey.
Okay. Take care of that right now. I'm phoning her. Hello, Windsor Hotel? Get me the manager's office. Thanks. Could you tell me if Charles Porter plays the piano at... Uh-huh. She sounds blonde. I see. Thanks a lot. What do you do after work? Oh, so long. She goes home and beats her husband.
About Porter, Archie.
Bad news. He does play the piano at the Windsor in the move room. So where does that leave your deductions?
Untouched, of course. Let me think. Yes, naturally.
Naturally what?
I came to the conclusion that Mr. Porter was an office worker. We have just discovered that Mr. Porter is not an office worker, therefore...
You were wrong.
I am never wrong. Therefore, the man who was here is not Charles Porter.
Mr. Wolf, do you think a man of your weight should climb out on a limb like that?
Fiddlesticks. Look up Porter in the phone book and call him.
Okay. Take a second. Archie, the phone company's best friend. Yep, here he is. What do I ask him?
There'll be no need to ask Mr. Porter anything. Just phone.
You're the boss. Yeah. Have to say something to the guy. Hello, I'd like to speak to Charles Porter. So would you. Who's... Oh, Stebbins, huh? Yeah, that's right, Archie. Oh. No, don't bother why I called. It's a coincidence. Goodbye. You know who that was?
No.
That was Sergeant Stebbins, Sergeant Pearlie Stebbins. I might add, as though you didn't know, that Stebbins happens to be a sergeant in homicide.
Indeed.
You expected this.
I still don't know what your conversation was about.
It was about Charles Porter, who maybe was a liar, but who isn't going to tell any more lies, on account of he was just shot to death.
Well, if it ain't Archie Goodwin. Come in, Goodwin.
Thank you, Sergeant Stebbins.
I've been expecting you.
Oh, that's sweet of you to say that, Pearlie.
Why did you phone Porter?
His right coat cuff was more worn out than his left.
So for that you had to kill him?
No, actually I killed him because he didn't know his da capo. Hey.
Yeah, hey. He don't look good anymore, eh? Guys who stop bullets with their face never look good.
Pearlie, you've been robbed.
I did.
That corpse is not Porter.
Now, relax, Goodwin, relax. His fingerprints were on file and they check. His girlfriend says he's Porter. If he could get up and talk, he'd tell you he was Porter. And what makes you think he isn't?
Well, because when he visited us earlier tonight, he looked different. Not much, but... You said girlfriend?
Yes, I said girlfriend. She's in the next room mopping up. She kind of broke down when we brought her here.
You brought her here? Now, don't tell me what her name is.
Why shouldn't I? It's Spencer. Dorothy Spencer.
Ooh, that's what I was afraid of.
Sergeant, Oh.
Ignore him. He comes with the woodwork.
His name is Goodwin, Miss Spencer. Archie Goodwin. Find what you were looking for?
What I was looking...
Somebody's gone through this place like a minor league hurricane. You?
What business is it
of mine? None, maybe. On the other hand, Nero Wolf might have other ideas. Matter of fact, I'm sure he'd have. Miss Spencer, why don't you go see him? The address is 601 West 35th Street.
I don't see why.
You want your boyfriend's murderer found, don't you?
Now listen, Goodwin, the police are working on this.
Sure, they'll see to it nobody harms a corpse. Goodbye, Miss Spencer. Don't forget that address, 601 West 35th Street. Believe it or not, you used to be a client of ours. Oh, Mr. Wolf, you're getting to be so brilliant, it's boring.
Boy. That is,
All right, tonight you deserve it. I'll get you another can of beer. But this is the last one. Unless you promise to do some exercise, like maybe standing up and sitting down 5 minutes a day.
Thank you. And why should I indulge in such idiotic behavior?
Well, after a while, you might be able to see your shoes.
I've already seen them.
Oh, that was 20 years ago. Things have changed. No more buttons. Hey, that must be Dorothy Spencer.
She's undoubtedly young and beautiful.
You deduced that from the way she pressed the buzzer?
I deduced that from the gleam in your eye, bah.
Bah, all you want. I'm going to keep that gleam shining. Hello, Miss Spencer. Come in.
Thank you. Mr. Wolf.
Is the large sitting-down gentleman behind the desk. This is Dorothy Spencer, Mr. Wolf.
You will forgive me not rising. It is due to a necessary conservation of energy rather than rudeness. Archie, a chair.
Sure. Here you are, Miss Spencer.
Thanks.
Now then, Miss Spencer, have the police found anything but dust in Mr. Porter's closet?
Why, no.
You were engaged to Mr. Porter?
I was.
That ring you're wearing he gave it you?
Yes.
May I see it?
Well, all right. Here.
Thank you. Expensive. Very expensive. You may have it back. Miss Spencer, why are you marrying Charles Porter?
I loved him.
Phooey. Mr. Porter, according to Archie's description, was twice your age with considerably less than half your attractiveness. Love may perhaps be blind, but it is not astigmatic.
I don't know what you mean.
What were you searching for under the nose of the police?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
How did your fiancé earn his money?
He played the piano at the...
Phooey. What he earned there in a year wouldn't begin to pay for the ring he gave you. Would you like to try again?
I don't know how he made his money.
I suggest that you do. I suggest that he earned money by the same method that he induced you to consider marrying him. Blackmail.
Oh, but
Why was he blackmailing you?
Old letters I'd written when I was too young to know any better.
Your motives for murdering Porter would be twofold, then. Recovery of blackmail material and the avoidance of marriage to a man you dislike.
I didn't kill Charles.
No doorbell, Archie. Get Miss Spencer into the kitchen. Once. Must be the police.
Yeah, let's go, Miss Spencer. Right through that door.
And stay there until I call you. Front door, Archie.
Mr. Wolf, do I know Dorothy Spencer's here?
You know nothing. A simple role for you to play.
I haven't got time to resent that insult right now, but wait until the next time you drop a collar button. Well, bless my soul, if it isn't dear old Inspector Kramer. How is the homicide department?
Where's Wolf?
Big surprise. He's sitting.
Mr. Wolf?
Good evening, Inspector.
Where's Dorothy Spencer?
This is not the Bureau of Missing Persons.
The district attorney would like to talk to her.
I shall tell her so the next time we meet.
Yeah, that could be right now. She's in this house.
I don't see her.
Mind if I look around for myself?
You have a search warrant, of course.
It so happens no, but...
Archie, the inspector's leaving.
Okay, I'm leaving. I suppose by the time I get back with a warrant, she'll be in Hoboken.
Hoboken? Where's that?
Look, Wolf, you can go too far. One of these days you won't be able to talk yourself out of it. Trail me to the door, Goodwin, to show what a good detective you are.
Ooh, Inspector Kramer doesn't love us anymore.
Unfortunate. Archie, take Miss Spencer to a respectable hotel. Register her under an assumed name. She is to stay there until notified otherwise. Luckily, the good inspector neglected to inform us that she was the leading suspect in a murder case. Hence, we're not accessories after the fact, and I don't want her arrested for murder as yet.
Her beauty has won you over.
You will then return here immediately.
Okay. What are you going to be doing in the meanwhile?
Archie, shall be thinking. Archie?
No. No, not Archie.
Our impatient and non-musical friend came in through the window. How are you, Mr. Not Porter, of course.
Where's the girl?
Question is beginning to bore me. I don't know.
I think she's here.
So did the police. I might add that they were slightly closer to the truth. Incidentally, what makes you think she was Porter's accomplice?
She must have been.
Nonsense, she wasn't. Porter was blackmailing her, just as he was blackmailing you. In her case, it was letters. In yours, a previous criminal record, perhaps, that your employers might be interested in.
I want to know where she is. Maybe this would help you remember.
Good heavens, don't point a pistol at me. It annoys me. The police, I should think, opened the door for them like a good fellow.
Oh, no. I'm leaving. But if I don't find that girl, I'll be back.
Knock the blasted thing down if it isn't open.
All right, Wolf. I've got the search warrant.
Also, no doubt, a fine tooth comb. Bah. By the way, Inspector.
All right, boys, cover the house.
All right, Inspector.
Yeah, what did you want?
As your men go through the house, will you have one of them shut the back window? I've just had a burglar, and I suspect he left it open. Unless the matter is attended to, the house might be filled with fresh air.
Yeah, what's the matter with that?
Fresh air, deadly poison. It clogs the lungs. And may I point out that the warrant you're clutching in your hot little hand is not a lease on the house. Finish your search quickly, if you please, and then... why not try Hoboken?
So I just missed the inspector, huh?
You did?
That I can stand. I'm sorry about the burglar, though.
Perhaps we can arrange to have you meet him in the morning.
He left his calling card with name and address on it?
He dropped his handkerchief here on my desk.
Oh. It's a handkerchief.
It smells.
So it does. But,
all of our unknown friends' clothes carry the odor. Therefore...
Yeah?
You will go out immediately to the nearest drugstore, buy a specimen of every cake of soap manufactured in this country.
Mr. Wolf?
Mister? No.
I never realized just how many different brands of soap are made in this country.
You should listen to the radio more often.
So far, we've sniffed at 37 cakes. None of them smell like porter. Let's see, 38. Hey.
Let me have it, Archie. Yes, these soap. It's labeled orchid ovals. I should say basically mislabeled. Orchids have no odor. Our task for the evening is finished.
Why? All we know is the guy washes with a basely mislabeled soap.
No, the odor would not have been so persistent in that case. Unquestionably, our visitor works for a soap company that makes orchid ovals. Every employee of a plant in which perfume in large quantities is used inevitably carries the odor on his clothes.
Oh. And you already deduced he works in an office. Uh-huh. I go see him in the morning?
You do?
You know, Mr. Wolf, what with hiring rooms for girls and paying visits to a perfume factory, I'm beginning to feel like a maiden aunt.
No one would ever mistake you for a maiden aunt, Archie.
Thanks. Is that another deduction?
Maiden aunts rarely need a shave.
Orchid Ovals, good morning. One moment, please. Oh, can I do anything for you, sir?
Yeah. That is, let's postpone that question and slip in another one. I'm looking for one of your office people. In his 40s, 5'10", brown hair and eyes, speaks in a sharp, quick voice.
He owes you money, too.
Who owes me money?
Mr. Wheeler, the man you were describing. He owes everybody money, in spite of the fact that he's office manager and makes lots and lots of money. How much does he owe you?
Oh, not an awful lot. It won't break me if I don't get it. Is he in yet?
Well, he was, but he went home. He was sort of sick.
Sort of?
He got a phone call from somebody and rushed out.
Too bad. Well, I better scram.
Well, you didn't answer my question yet. I'm off at 5. My name's Gwen.
Goodbye.
Wolf speaking.
Archie here. Unknown's name is Wheeler. He left the office this morning sick after he got a mysterious phone call.
Bad, probably. Get to Dorothy Spencer at once and bring her here.
Right. I'm at Wheeler's house now. Thought I'd better check. His wife's here, too.
Blonde?
Uh-huh. How could you tell?
Fatuous smirk in your voice. Get out of there fast, and don't stop to console Mrs. Wheeler. 908. Room 909. Miss Dorothy Spencer. Nobody home.
Shut that door behind you, Goodwin.
What? Never mind pulling triggers. I'll shut it.
Oh, Archie.
I would prefer silence. Keep your hands high, Goodwin.
It's unhealthy. All the blood had run into my head.
Archie, he murdered Charles.
He did. Tut, Mr. Wheeler. You really shouldn't have. It's against the law.
Get into the bathroom, both of you.
I already shaved.
I phoned him. I thought maybe he had my letters.
Porter couldn't keep his mouth shut about his other
He
victims.
was going to force Dorothy to marry him. Did you find his material, Wheeler?
Yes, in an office. He read it as a front. It's all burned.
And why all the melodrama?
You know about me, so does she. I can't trust anyone. Get into the bathroom, I said.
Look, let's not lose our heads about this.
Get moving, Goodwin.
I like it here.
All right, then. Here is where you'll get it.
Hey, wait a minute. Something's wrong. I got shot and Wheeler fell down.
I shot him, Goodwin.
Stebbins. Dear Sergeant Stebbins. Oh, you little flat-footed angel.
It's lucky for you my flat feet got staked out here in time.
Just for that, I'll buy you a pair of arch supports for your next birthday. But I'm beginning not to believe this. You had it all figured out?
Well, not exactly. Well, that is...
Wolf sent you here.
Well, he kind of phoned in and suggested one of us shoot down here and do some rescue work.
That old devil.
Hey, you're not kidding.
What are you laughing about?
Wolf wasn't sure whether you'd need rescuing from Wheeler or...
Stop killing yourself with your own jokes.
Or whether Miss Spencer would need rescuing from you.
You've been a very foolish young woman, Miss Spencer. I suggest that in the future you exercise more care in your correspondence.
Oh, I shall, Mr. Wolf, but
How can I ever thank you?
Well, one way would be to listen wide-eyed while he explains how he solved the case.
I have no intention.
Oh, come on, Mr. Wolf. Stop stalling.
Please, Mr. Wolf.
Well, I'd be very happy to. As a matter of fact, I'd like to see anyone try to stop me. A man came to me, offered me $1,000 to drop a client I didn't have. Why? Because obviously he wished to direct my attention to that client.
Me?
You, Miss Spencer. Now then, he identified himself as Charles Porter, a musician. But I tested him and discovered that he knew nothing of music.
Ha! The da capo routine.
Precisely. Therefore, he was an imposter. His purpose?
Yeah?
To indicate by no means subtly that enmity existed between Porter and Dorothy Spencer.
Huh?
Thus, when Porter was found murdered, I would presumably be convinced that Dorothy Spencer, balked in her effort to enlist my aid against Porter, had resorted to most foul and bloody murder.
Most foul and bloody murder is very fancy, Dorothy. Shows he likes you.
I thereupon asked myself, why should an unknown seek to convince me that Dorothy Spencer was Porter's murderer?
And you answered yourself?
One reason only, because he himself intended to murder Porter, as he did. For which peccadillo he has, thanks to Sergeant Stebbins' accuracy with a revolver, already paid with his own life. Quodirat demonstrandum.
Latin for that's what you wanted to know.
I think you're wonderful, Mr. Wolf, and I'm going to...
Be careful.
Kiss you.
Archie, Miss Spencer is a very dangerous young woman.
Today I feel brave.
Do you, Archie?
Very brave. What are you doing tonight?
Nothing.
Let's do it together.
Bah.
Oh, is that Mr. Wolf?
I said bah. Would you very much mind conducting your romance elsewhere?
I would not.
And do so at once. I have a very important matter to attend to.
Goodbye, Mr. Wolf.
Goodbye.
Night, sir.
Very important. Very important.
You have been listening to The New Adventures of Nero Wolf, starring Sidney Greenstreet. Tonight's transcribed story was based on the characters created by Rex Stout, produced and directed by J. Donald Wilson. In the cast were Lamont Johnson as Archie Goodwin, and Jane Webb, Peter Leeds, Bill Johnstone, and Wilms Herbert. Next week at this same time, Nero Wolf and Archie will bring you The Case of the Dear Dead Lady. Don Stanley speaking. Three chimes mean good times on NBC. The NBC chimes are excited about the big show, an hour and a half every Sunday night with Tallulah Bankhead as Fem-C. Comedy with stars like Jimmy Durante, Fred Allen, Jack Carson, Groucho Marx, and a host of others. Music with Meredith Wilson, Mindy Carson, and many more. It presents drama with Mr. Jose Ferrer and many more leading stars of Broadway and Hollywood. It's The Big Show. Starts Sunday, November 5th on NBC.
This is Chester William Bendix Riley. The Man Called X follows on NBC.
You have been listening to the Radio Theater Channel Weekly Download. Check out our continuous stream at www.otrlisten.com. And join us next week for another Radio Theater Channel Weekly Download.